me talk to you.
Hi guys, welcome back to Dad and Son Wrestling Reviews. I'm Son and that's Dad.
Hey all.
And today we're going to be reviewing Raw.
Before we get on to Raw, we're just going to give a shout out to our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. I wait for the Lord. My whole being waits. And in his word I put my hope. Psalms 135. We always do a shout out to our Lord and Savior just because of the profound effect Jesus has had on our life and handing our life over to him and living in his word, living for a bigger picture and discipling on his behalf. And that's what we do here. This is just a fun little project that we do. But in all things, we find Christ, and the fact that people are watching and enjoying our content tells us right there that the Lord is doing his work, because we always do this in the Lord's name. Everything that we do, it always has Jesus first and foremost. So we think it's really important that you guys hear this message, and if you want to reach out, learn more about Jesus, send us a comment. We'll reach out to you. We'll help you get to one of your local churches. If not, come to our local church, the Rocks, our church family. I'll leave a link in the description for our YouTube channel. Plenty of content there for you to absorb, with some much more articulate gentlemen than I am when it comes to theology and etc. So yeah, and also a shout out to Taurus BJJ, giving us an awesome place to train and to have fun. Very supportive of the channel, and we can't thank Luke and the girls enough down there. They're all over in America right now, about to compete in Worlds, so best of luck to them.
Isn't it the second Worlds?
They did the San Diego one,
Oh.
and now it's the Worlds, but they did Worlds last year as well, and were quite successful. So,
do you think we're going to bring back gold?
I hope so. But as long as they're having fun, having a good time, at the end of the day, they're going to have a great memory to come home with. So yeah. Now on to Raw. How did the show kick off, mate?
So it kicked off with a Fatu OTC recap.
Yep, that then led into
Jacob Fatu coming out.
Yeah, Jacob Fatu comes out in that very interesting Fatu jumpsuit that he has, with all these all brakes, or what is it, all gas, no brakes written down the arms, and his face on it, and yeah, it's
Then
quite a reminds me of like an 80s rapper, like MC Hammer style clothing, you know what I mean? So,
like it has them, and then it has like their theme or something, and then it has like
it's
something on the back.
It's god awfully ugly.
But
it
does not look like him.
Yeah, but it's just definitely got that old school 80s
likes it, so that's
80s
all
rock,
that matters.
80s rapper look to it. He doesn't get too far into his promo before the Usos come out and confront him. They aren't happy with being in the firing line when it comes to the OTC stuff. That then leads to pretty much them going, tit for tat with shots and stuff. They try to put Fatu down, but they have no luck. Fatu gets the upper hand, and then we have the OTC come in, don't we?
Yeah.
The OTC comes in. Fatu starts to get the advantage there too. Gets the Tongan death grip onto him. Starts to fade. Then the Usos come in, rescue him. They hit him with the 1D. They then Superman punch, some super kicks. They wrap him up in the ropes. All take shots on him.
Then bang, bang, and then spear.
Yeah, and then finishes off with a spear. So
then it has the bloodline like pointing up and all that.
Yeah, they then walk down the entrance ramp. Adam Pearce comes out, pretty much saying, "Now can he fire him?" type thing, and he then Fatu gets a hold of the mic and says, just pretty much says Roman tribal combat, which then obviously triggers Roman, and Roman doesn't allow Adam Pearce to sack him. He then accepts it. So
now he grabs onto the mic and he goes,
yeah.
What?
Yeah, puts the title up. Interesting thing. I don't know if it means anything, but the Usos don't put the ones up in the background. They're kind of just there. So it'd be interesting to see if.
But Roman Reigns didn't really put it.
Yeah, held his title up, etc. But yeah, it was just an interesting thing. It might need anything. I might be reading too much into it, but WWE does like these little Easter eggs at the moment. So yeah, where do we go from there?
Then it led into a hype for JD Mcdonagh versus Finn Balor street fight. Then it led into the street fight.
How would you rate the match, mate?
6-7.
Any crazy spots people should know about?
First, it was like this pool, like, what is it called?
Moonsault?
No, like, uh, suplex into the tables.
Oh, yeah, yes.
And then there was Finn Balor putting JD Mcdonagh into a trash can and then doing the coup de cross.
Yeah.
And then, but Dom Mysterio was out.
Yep. Out there.
Came out to save JD.
Yeah. But didn't work in the end. Finn
Yeah.
Balor got the upper hand, hit the coup de grace and all that again, and got the pin, got the win. Sort of, I don't know. It's hard to tell if this is the end of this. I kind of hope it is, but it is definitely hard to tell if it's truly the end or not. Following that, we had what, mate?
We had the Seth backstage segment just saying that he's gonna get the match.
Yeah, he challenges Bron Breakker to a match later on, the main event of Raw. Saying if he's man enough, will he take him on? He hasn't had a match on Raw for what 9 months or something. So he just challenged him to the match. Where does that lead to then, big guy?
Then it leads into the trios match with El Grande Americano. Then Los Americanos. Then the original Americano, and then Julio and what's the other one?
It's hard. I'm struggling to keep up with the names with this segment now. Essentially, it was the Creed brothers and Chad Gable with masks on versus Ludwig Kaiser and Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate with masks on.
But
They got plenty of luchadors and Mexican wrestlers on the product, and none of these guys under the mask representing the luchadors were true luchadors. So
like
it's
the
it's
best
crazy.
luchadors on the whole show is
Yeah, the ones getting all the TV time. They got Penta with the Intercontinental title. They couldn't fit him onto the show. They do a little promo with him later, but couldn't fit him onto.
promo. They just do like a 1 minute.
Yeah, hype video. So
Yeah.
crazy. How would you rate the match, mate?
Probably 6, 7.
Yeah, it
But
was a
no, 5.
yeah, it was a tornado tag style one. So free for all. They're all in there. Just
And
doing their spots and
then
doing their matches.
El Grande, the Los Americanos one.
Yeah, so they the real El Grande Americano won with a
Kid Corey.
yeah wins with a metal plate inside his mask. He does a flying headbutt. So they win underhandedly. It's amazing because on AAA they're really over and they're the good guys. This lot, but on Raw they're the underhanded bad guys, and
But
so
the original was a good guy.
well in the storyline wise he's supposed to be, but real El Grande Americano gets the babyface type pops when he's at AAA. So
So is Dom Mysterio.
yeah, so it's just different dynamic, different crowd, and what they appreciate is different. What happened after that match, mate?
And there was the Usos LA Knight backstage with it.
Yeah, LA Knight just says he's not happy with him, not doing all this stuff again. Jimmy's just like, not now, doesn't want to address it right now. There's to me, I don't know if it kind of looked like Jay was trying not to laugh after
when
LA Knight did his the Ula Fala party or something, or whatever
and
it's called.
then he said, "Are you gonna beat my butt and beat my ass, then tap dance on me?"
Yeah. So so he was pulling all like turning his head like this. I think he was having a giggle. But yeah,
And then he made like it was like he's just going like, but then he was actually giggling.
yeah. So
You can actually hear him going.
yeah. So LA Knight got him on that one, made him break kayfabe. What was after that one, big guy?
Then it was the Femi Open Challenge.
Wow. Did not expect this. Obafemi's over.
Yeah, he was.
My little ones in the living room were all bouncing and carrying on. He's massive. Crowd, you can see because they show him walking to the ring, and then they show the shot of the crowd. Every person in the arena was standing ready for him.
Not
He's
even one person, not even the little kid was sitting down.
Yeah, so they were all up on their
And
feet.
no one had their phones.
Yeah,
No one.
so he was ready to come out. Excellent entrance theme for this bloke. The whole production for it is incredible. It's half his allure, really.
Huh?
Allure is like his aura. It's what
Yeah.
makes you want to watch him. You know what I mean? E factor. And yeah, so he comes out. He's doing the pose in the ring with the arms like this, and then you see someone come up from behind and belt him, and then you find out.
Then it has the lights come on and like Obafemi's on someone's shoulders, and it's Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, so not so retired apparently. He's got us all the wool over our eyes on that one. So yeah, four F5s puts him down. Then just the slow production
His
where he just
pants
his
gets ripped
pants
off.
ripped, unfortunately. So
Again.
so we got to see what he was wearing for underneath his jeans, but nothing too dramatic was shown. You know, he had some sports pants or something on underneath. So, um, but yeah, then goes up the entranceway. The camera follows him all the way up. You can hear him talking and carrying on. And then it followed him around the back, and I thought, oh, we're going to have some sort of segment in Gorilla. But then it cut
I
out.
thought
So.
it was gonna go in and then it would have like Paul Heyman come in and hug him.
Yeah, I thought it was definitely going to have some sort of gorilla thing, but didn't work out that way.
Yeah.
Then that was following that was a segment where
Adam Pearce was in the back and he was going, "Get me Paul, get me Brock, get me Paul, get me Brock."
yeah, so he had all these his corporate goonies around him and all that doing their thing. Then walks into his office and Paul Heyman's waiting there for him, and he goes, "Oh, you looking for me?" Or smug as Paul Heyman likes to do. Then said, "Oh well, I'm doing you a favor. Here's a contract. Read it. It's got Brock Lesnar." So I think he's
Lesnar.
yeah, but he said
Not
Lesnar, so we kind of I don't know if that's how you say it in German or Italian or something, maybe, or if he
he's
just felt, or he
actually
just stumbled on his words. But
yeah.
with Paul Heyman, you never know these things if they mean something or something like that.
Yeah, he
Um,
always gives you hints.
so yeah, it gives him the
And
contract.
he's
Says
been
get
bouncing off each show like SmackDown and Raw, the SmackDown, then Raw.
yeah.
He's got the Gunter stuff, then he's got the Vicious stuff. He has to bounce back and back and back and back. He must have like a private jet. So he goes like,
Yeah, he's definitely one of the most used talents on the program, really.
he's not even a wrestler.
So where did we go after that one, mate?
Then it had
We had the tag team women's title match.
yeah.
How would you rate that one, mate?
2.
2. Yeah, I'm not.
So slow. It's like they're gonna.
Yeah, they definitely tried to keep the heat down in this match. Don't know if it was deliberate, and then just worked a little bit slower. I don't know if it's because of the.
It felt like you muted everything except for the bouncing of the ropes and ring
Yeah,
and the commentary.
yeah. The commentary didn't really get it going either, did it?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
were just like, "Oh, that was a good shot."
Yeah, they
Like they
tended
just
to talk about things other than the match, and it felt like the old days when they didn't really care when the women were on, which was unfortunate. So
yeah.
so yeah, Paige and Bella retained after a roll up after Luke Morgan was sent from the side of the ring. The old get out of here by the ref. That then led to a beatdown after
Yeah.
by Judgment Day after they got after Bella got the surprise roll up pin.
And then
Bailey and Lara Vakia come out to save the day. The crowd was kind of behind that Lyra, weren't they? They were doing the
yeah,
ooh,
but not
the
the
bird noise
Bailey.
thing that she does for her entrance. So
But not Bailey.
yeah, so yeah,
I think they may lean on
yeah. So
that. Hmm.
just an average
Just a
TV
little
segment. Nothing
hits.
nothing to really write home about. I think we lead up to some sort of multi tag team thing again.
What?
Um,
And before the match, it had a vision backstage segment where like Bron Bron Breakker says, "Put me in the match with Seth,"
hmm.
and then he says, "Yes." So that's why we're putting Austin Theory in that position.
Yeah, so he kind of hinted that Theory's going to get the match, but you'll know where he is. So some shenanigans are going to happen in this match at some
Yeah.
point. So after the tag match, what did we
And
have?
then it was
A whole bunch of backstage stuff, wasn't it?
yeah,
It was first it was an Ethan Page interview. Great
yeah,
work. Kind of feels like it's a PG MJF character. My wife definitely threw that out there as soon as she saw it, and she doesn't even critique the shows as heavily as we do. She just tends to enjoy them. Um, but yeah, it was definitely like
and
MJF light. So that's
definitely my brother Hannah even went AEW.
so yeah, it's yeah, but it was funny and it was working for him, and he's very talented, so it's doing the job. Um, that then led into we had
The many
yeah, but before that we had Seth Rollins chatting to LA Knight in the sort of exit area of the backstage.
and then it
LA
had
Knight was pretty much like, you're not going to get my help. I know it's honourable that you're finally trying to fix the problem that you created, but I've seen this scenario before. You used to do it to me. You ain't going to get no help from me. So LA Knight was walking out with his suitcase.
and then it had another backstage
Yeah, with the
straight,
Street Profits, same
mm,
thing sort of happened.
and then had him like coming. It like had for just going like just do it, just go do it,
Yeah, Montez Ford said he didn't want a bar of it. You need to get your head, you need to get switched on for us to win these titles. We don't need him. Um,
and just just do
yeah,
business.
and then Hawkins was just like, "Nah, I'm going to go talk to him." They had a little back and forth, pretty much, some mutual respect type thing with Seth Rollins, and then Seth's music hits. That comes out. That moves us into the match. How did you rate the
It's
match?
great.
Yeah,
5.
5. Yeah, slow pace, slow to start, then started hitting its momentum. You get the Logan Paul trying to give him the knuckles, brass knuckles, interference type segment. Um,
Seth Rollins getting it, the referee, all that,
Yeah, Seth Rollins takes it because he gets Austin Theory before he gets a chance to hit him.
and then Logan
Ref takes him
Paul,
off it. He then knocks Logan Paul off the thing. Get your roll up victory into a roll up into a pedigree for the win for for Seth Rollins on Austin Theory. Logan Paul comes in, starts the beat down. They're beating him down. Hawkins comes for the rescue. Um,
and then
and then they overwhelm him, and then Bron Breaker's out, cleans him
they're
up.
like going, and then Bron Breaker gets Seth Rollins out, and then Montez Ford comes and saves his partner Hawkins, and then Bron Breaker he pushed Hawkins out of the way, and then Bron Breakker speared Ford, and then he did that gorilla press onto his knees,
Mm,
which I don't think it wouldn't hurt.
yeah. It's a great looking move, and it feels like it'd be a nasty spot to take.
And it kind of feels like his uncle.
Mm.
That's what
Yeah,
he did.
He's looking so much like Big Papa Pump at the moment, just body wise, mentality
Voice.
wise, voice, his promos. But he's still got his dad with the barking and the intensity, with the twitching and the staring and stuff like that. So he's amalgamated both those talents into himself, and he is. I I want the title on him. I think he's the best thing on the Raw product. I want the title on him. I want him to take it from Roman Reigns.
I think
Spear
Seth
versus spear things.
Rollins get it, and then like he goes like beats people, and like then you have the big Royal Rumble moment for Braun Breaker.
Mhm.
Then you maybe have Seth Rollins go heel, then have Braun Breaker become a babyface.
Well, you've just planned out the whole year there, mate. And then
Then you have WrestleMania come, and then Braun Breaker gets it.
yeah, well, I could see it. It works. Yeah, see, we could write Raw, mate.
Huh?
We could write Raw for the next year. What do you reckon?
Yeah.
Yeah, can't do any worse than they're doing at the moment with SmackDown at least. But yeah, what would you rate Raw overall?
6-7.
6, 7. Yeah, Matt. Show ended with like the Vision standing tall and having beaten down
And have like
Seth Rollins.
Seth Rollins gonna.
Yeah, Seth Rollins was grabbing at the knee, so I don't know if that's just to play on the old knee
Yeah.
injuries and stuff. But yeah, so yeah, not a bad Raw, easy to get through. Yeah, Raw's just ticking along quite fine. You can tell that there's a massive creative difference between the two shows. So it's yeah, Raw's easy to watch at the moment.
Yeah.
Definitely nice, easy, productive WWE product Raw. SmackDown's another thing at the moment, but yeah,
It's like
our
a
next
whole.
show will be AEW Donna.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that one. Will be the go home for? Is that the go home for? Yeah,
Oh yeah.
for double or nothing, won't it?
And if you have collision before,
Yeah, you probably have a collision before. Yeah,
that'll
yeah,
probably be
it's
the go
crazy.
home.
They just keep ticking along these shows, don't they? Double or
Yeah.
nothing's going to be massive. But yeah, God bless you all.
Stop it.
God bless you all. Thank you for watching the channel. Again,
Bo.
Jesus is the light in the way. So just reach out and become part of the family. Anything from you, mate?
Bye.
Out